What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Chosen Podcast. I'm Wes with the Chosen Ones, home of student athlete empowerment. Speaking of student athletes, I got a really dope one of the coldest shooters I've seen in a long time come out of this area. Even though you go to Ferris, I'm a Grand Valley guy, so it's cool with me. It's cool with me. But Ethan Erickson, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Good, man. Good. Excited to have you here. And just talk basketball and talk life stuff too. For those that are watching and listening, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share this episode out. This is gonna be a really good one. Very excited to get into some stuff with you, bro. But got some stuff falling behind me, but we'll keep it pushing. Man, so yeah, we kind of chatted a little bit off wax, but what's been going on with you, man, and how's Ferris treating you?
It's going well so far. On my third year, I have one more after this, so
Mm-hmm.
just just been chilling here over break. It's kind of hard
Yeah,
too when no students are here, but I mean I can hang out with my teammates all the time, so it's a good time.
no doubt, no doubt. Man, shine some light, because it's kind of hard to really imagine Christmas break as a basketball player on campus until you actually do
hmm
it. So what's it like on a daily basis?
Well, first of all, the hardest thing for us probably is the Rock Cafe is closed, so we can't get our food where we go usually every day. So
Yeah, yeah,
our coach gives us some money for food and stuff, so we have to, that's on us now, which is kind of
yeah.
hard. But
Okay. Yeah, yeah. What's practices like? Is it like normal? Because when I was coming up, we had like 2 a day sometimes, or we had extra weights or extra film just because we had the extra time on our hands.
yeah, the schedule is pretty similar to in season right now, except usually, I mean, myself, I usually get shots up after
Mm-hmm.
practice or even on my own time, but he expects everyone to do that now, even if you have something going on, you just got to find time to get the extra
Yeah,
shots up or a workout in with one of the managers or something like that.
no doubt, no doubt. Um, do you guys have like? Is it just one gym? How many gyms do you have there up there?
We only have one. We had one gym until last year. They put in a new volleyball arena, but it has
Oh,
basketball
dope.
hoops that come down too. So
Oh, that's what's
it's
up.
nice that we don't
That's
have to
what's up,
share with anyone anymore besides the girls' team.
man. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope.
hmm
So cool, bro. I saw on Twitter that you went off a couple nights ago. How many trades was that? Was it 9, 11, 9?
11.
11. Okay,
So
okay, okay, okay.
yeah, school record.
Dang, bro. So talk about that game. Like I always love to ask people, you know, before they get hot or before the game
Mhm.
starts. Like, did you feel it? Did you feel like you're gonna be in the zone, or was it just something like your first couple shots went in? Oh, I'm about to take these heat checks.
Yeah, no, I mean, at halftime, I did not expect to go in there and because I had three-pointers at halftime and we were up by a lot.
Uh
So I
huh.
was just like, oh, it's just gonna be one of those games. Just play 8, 10 more minutes of the game and just be out. But they ended up
Yeah.
running a zone in the second half as soon as I came in. So I was just able to, like, 4 possessions in a row, they were just finding me for wide open threes. And then I was like, oh, geez, like, feels kind of good now.
Yeah, no doubt, man. As a fellow shooter, bro, I used to, hey man, I used to light up when teams were playing zones. I'm just like, all right, it's my
Yeah,
time.
I think that was like the first time a team has played zone on us all year. So when
Yeah.
it's got really wide, I was
You was
excited.
ready. Yeah, no
Uh-huh.
doubt. That's what's up, man. Yeah, bro, let's take it back, man. Take it back to the beginning. I obviously seen you when you're coming up at Forest Hills Northern, and um, you're a standout player then. But let's take it back even further, man. Ethan Erickson, the kid, man. Growing up in your household. What was it like growing up in the Erickson household?
So it was a lot different back then than it was now. I used to go to
Yeah.
Lakewood at Lake Odessa, Michigan. It's over by Lansing more. It's kind
Oh,
of
okay.
more in the country. And
Yeah.
then I moved to Forest Hills in sixth grade
Okay.
just because I was always playing with Grand Rapids Storm, so it was a lot closer for practices and stuff like that. But my
Yeah.
parents were always rebounding for me outside, going fishing. We lived right on a lake,
Mm-hmm.
riding jet skis, everything.
Dang. Just enjoying it. Just enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's that's what's up. So you
Hmm.
mentioned you had a sister, right? Younger sister?
Yeah, she's a senior right now. She's going to
Si-
Western to play volleyball next year. So,
Oh, that's what's up. Actually, I think I
hmm
saw that. Your mom posted that on Facebook.
hmm
But that's dope, man. Athletic family. Is that your only sibling?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay. So being the oldest, man, what's that like?
Uh, I mean, I like it a lot because she can look up to me if I ever make any mistakes. So then she
Yeah.
knows not to do that or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just how hard I work with sports, I think it showed to her that she can do that too to get where she wants to the next level.
No doubt. No doubt. That's good, man. Um, I got a younger sister too. I'm kind of in the middle though. I'm one of four
Hmm.
siblings, but it's kind
Oh,
of the same
geez.
dynamic. I know, right?
Yeah.
It's my big sister, my big brother, me, then my little sister. So it's kind of the same
Hmm.
dynamic there. With me and my little sister, we're pretty close, and um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of cool how that as you
Yeah,
get
they look
older.
up to you, you know?
Yep, yep. And I think you'll see it's probably already like that for you. As you get older, you
Yeah.
realize like dang, we're friends. Like
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
actually can kick it with you. So
Yeah, I always
yeah,
see like the meme. It's like you wake up one day and you're just like that, just tight with your younger sibling.
yeah,
Just all of a sudden,
exactly,
I feel like it was the same for us.
exactly. Did you guys ever like have rough patches or argue or
I wouldn't say a lot. I mean,
okay,
we always were traveling and stuff for sports, so we were never like together when we
yeah,
travel. Usually, my dad would go with me to AAU games, and then my mom would go with her to her volleyball games. So
got you,
it was
got you.
just when we were there, it was a good time, and we would just support each other and stuff like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Not a lot of time to argue.
Yeah, no,
But
not at all.
um, yeah. So it sounds like we kind of grew up similar, man. Just
For sure.
yeah, yeah. One of us was always at sporting games, like you said. Your mom and dad split to watch
Hmm.
one of you guys play. I'm sure you guys had few and far between, like eating dinner together. Am I right about that?
Yeah, barely ever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was always like a special treat if everybody sat down and ate dinner together.
Exactly,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So that's what's
Hmm.
up. Um, so you mentioned like sixth grade, you kind of moved over this way to be closer
Hmm.
to your teammates and started going to Forest Hills. Like, when did you actually
Yeah.
start playing basketball and sports in general?
Uh, I basically started basketball when I was like five. I was on like a little YMCA team or something like that, and
Yeah.
I really liked it. But I played football and baseball too, and I really like those sports as well. But I'd say
Yeah.
like when I moved to Grand Rapids, my older cousin, she played at Davenport and Lake Erie. She went to Lake Erie first, and then she
Okay.
came to Davenport. So she stayed with us instead of in the dorms. So she lived
Yeah.
with us in our house, and she, that's kind of where I was like, she would always work out with me and
Mm-hmm.
rebound for each other. So that's kind of where I fell in love with basketball more than the other sports.
Okay. Dope. Dope. When
Just
did
kind of
you
looking up to
realize?
her.
Yeah, for sure. That's always impactful to have somebody that's coming up before you.
Hmm.
Yeah, to watch. When did you realize that like you had that chance to play at the next level, or you feel like you stood out from your peers?
I would say like eighth grade, whenever we play like the family or Team Teague or the Indy Heat teams,
Yeah.
some of the guys already had Division One offers that we
Right.
were
Right.
always
Right.
having close games with, and I was doing well. So I was like, oh wow, maybe I do have a chance, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. Um, I'm sure. I'm sure you've had people or guys that you played kind of underestimate you. Would I be right about that?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I'm gonna be real, bro. Like when I first saw you, I'm like this, and then I saw you play. I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
always yeah, I was always like average height and stuff, so people
Yeah.
just kind of overlooked me at first always.
Right. Right. Um, bro, one of my favorite moments of like watching you play wasn't even a game of Forest Hills Northern. I don't know if you remember that 3-on-3 tournament out in Allendale that I came to film,
Yeah, I do that.
bro.
Yeah, that was fun. First time
Dog,
hooping in forever.
I know it felt like it felt like everybody was hooping for the first time ever.
hmm
But dog, that one game you were just cooking, bro. Everybody, I think you had probably every point, man. But yeah, man. But yeah, followed you in Trinidad quite a bit. You know, your senior
hmm
year. That was a pretty special year. I love that
Yeah, it
game.
definitely was.
I think it was a district title game against Forest
hmm
Central. That
Yeah.
was that was definitely a fun game for sure. What are some of your favorite memories playing in high school?
Uh, I'll probably say just playing with honestly everyone on the team was kind of my best friends. All the seniors, we
Yeah.
all hung out together and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
obviously Trinidad, most importantly, me and him played on the same AAU team since third grade.
Wow.
So we were just always talking about like how we went and win a state championship. We fell up short, obviously, but that
Came
was just
close.
kind of
Yeah.
our goal. But yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely what it's all about, man. And enjoying that camaraderie with the squad and stuff
hmm
like that. Cats you grew up with. Um, do you see Trinidad around campus often?
Oh yeah, we first year we stayed in the same like dorm complex as each other, so he'd always be at our dorm playing the PS3 NCAA 14 almost
Yeah.
every hour of the day, I feel like. So we
That's
still
what's
hang
up,
out all
man.
the time. So
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Good stuff, bro. Yeah, it's crazy how fast the high school in general goes. I'm sure you're feeling like, man, I'm in my third year in college already. Like,
yeah. hmm
stuff goes by quick, man. It's always cool reflecting back on things. So, um, let's continue to reflect, bro. You know, the reason I asked you on this pod, obviously, you're a great player. I've
hmm
enjoyed watching you over the past couple years. But you mentioned that you would love to, chat about really adjusting to life away from the family for the first time.
hmm
And that's a big moment, bro, because I remember I went to Grand Valley
hmm
and I went to Jenison High School before that, so it's literally down the
Pretty
street. But
close.
even
Yeah,
yeah, but even so, it's like things will never be the same again. You know what I
exactly.
mean? You were what,
hmm
like, I don't know, 45 minutes away
Yeah,
from
about
home,
that.
and like
So not too
even
bad.
even though it's pretty close, it's still things are going to be different. So I definitely want
hmm
to talk to you about that, man, and how you adjusted it and what it did to affect you initially. But um, before that, how did your relationship with Ferris State start?
It started like my sophomore year. I came on a visit here,
Hmm.
and I really liked just the campus. We went to a football game, and it was it was pretty packed. They played Ashland, I remember, and it was
Okay.
a pretty good game. And I just met all like the players and stuff like that. And then as
Yeah.
soon as the like contact period started, Coach Bronx was the first coach to text me, and he was
Yeah.
always probably one of the only coaches checking in on me almost like every week about how I'm doing, how are the games, stuff like that. So that meant a
Yeah.
lot to me when it came to recruitment.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Um, so you feel like it was just like a natural fit from the beginning?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
had when my cousin played for Lake Erie, I went to a game here when they played Ferris, and I have like a picture of me in like fourth grade with the Bulldogs. So
Okay. Okay.
on my commitment day, I posted that picture, and it just felt right, you know.
Yeah. I love seeing that stuff, man. I love seeing that stuff.
Mhm.
Question: did my Lakers recruit you, bro? Like, what was the deal with that? Grand
Yeah, they
Valley.
did a little bit. I went on more visits there than I did to Ferris, but
Okay. Okay.
their old coach at the time,
Yeah.
he apparently he wasn't much of a communicator, things like that. So I just
Okay.
felt like he didn't care as much as Coach Bronx at all. So it was
Yeah.
easier to make the decision, and Ferris was doing better than them at the time as well. Obviously, they
Okay.
just won the national
Right.
championship like two
Yep.
years before I came
Yep.
here, so it just felt right.
Yeah, bro. I was tired of seeing those box scores, man. Just like us getting waxed by Ferris. I'm like, dang, what is going on, man? At least when I was there, we were going back and forth. I think we went 500 against each other in my
Hmm.
time there. So like a real rivalry.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had, you know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
had some fun. We had some fun battles. Yeah.
yeah. Ever since the new coach took over, Coach Mann, he
Yeah.
feels more
Yeah.
like a rivalry again. That's what
That's what's
everyone's
up.
saying. So
Yeah.
he's a good
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, no doubt. I met him. I went to the Grand Valley Hall of Fame dinner a couple months ago.
Hmm.
I finally met him. Seems like a real cool dude, down to earth. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Hmm.
the first black head coach in Grand Valley history, which is wild. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but
I think Wesley was there for a while.
yeah, about 18, 20 years, something like that. His
That's
first year was
crazy.
with my brother in 2004.
Hmm.
That was his
Jeez.
very first year. So yeah, he was there for a while,
Yeah,
bro. He was there for a while. So
that's crazy.
Um, yeah, man. Yeah, long time. So, you did mention though, that it was, or I'm assuming that it was tough for you, you know, moving out and being away
Hmm.
from family for the first time. Talk about that, man, and how you adjusted, to being away.
I'd say the first thing was it was kind of hard to stay away from like the distractions of going out and partying with
Yeah,
everyone, just because
man.
Ferris is a huge party school and there was always stuff
Mm,
going on. So
yeah,
once I got over that hump and I just was like, I got to grow up and stick to what I love. So after that, it's been pretty easy. But I'd say at first it was definitely difficult
yeah,
just when there's
yeah.
stuff going on every weekend and people are inviting you to stuff and you want to get to know more people and stuff.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, it's hard to find that balance, bro.
yeah.
There's so much opportunity, so much
Hmm.
freedom. You don't have to
Exactly.
answer to your parents or have a curfew and stuff like that. Yeah, that's that's definitely a challenge, bro. And I know for
Yeah.
me, it took me a couple of weeks to at least kind of figure things out and find out
Hmm.
that balance. Like, how long did it take you to figure that out?
Uh, I would say probably like 1 to 2, 3 months.
Yeah,
Just, I just kind of was like, yeah, I'm kind of sick of just like doing the same thing every weekend.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like probably not bettering myself. So,
for sure. And when you think about it, especially as a freshman, at least from my experience, like
hmm.
especially in the fall, bro, I was exhausted, man.
Oh yeah.
Adjusting to our weight, our weight training regimen, adjusting
Hmm.
to our conditioning, and then when practice started, like, so it got to a point where if I had some free time, I'm kicking it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in the bed, I'm on the couch,
Hmm.
I'm stretching, I'm gonna try to go to the training room. Like, if
Hmm.
I'm out and about all the time, I don't, it didn't do great for my legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, yeah. So talk about that, bro. As like adjusting as a freshman, what were those adjustments like for you? What kind of things did you struggle with?
Yeah, so when I came in at first, he was probably going to say I was going to redshirt.
Hmm.
So I was kind of expecting to come in and be a redshirt. And then one of the top players, Dang Rang, he tore his ACL like
Okay.
the second practice. So then it was kind of like he pulled me into a meeting and was like, "You might have a chance to, play." And obviously that made me really excited. So I just had to get to work from there. So I was the one
Yeah.
who didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang, man. Yeah, it's crazy how that those opportunities come. So you always gotta be ready. Did you feel like you were ready, or did you just like, oh shoot, like I gotta get ready?
I felt like I was ready, but at times it was difficult at times because I was just kind of undersized, not as
Yeah.
fast as the other players.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even weight plays a huge part too. I was
Oh yeah.
probably 170,
Mm-hmm.
so I just had
Yeah.
to get in the weight room and get my speed up and stuff like that.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, man. That's the key, man. I think just strength, bro. Strength and getting ready for the pace of the game are probably
Hmm.
the two hardest things, you know. So I struggled definitely with the pace of the game, and I didn't really struggle with strength. I was already a pretty, stocky person. So
Hmm.
for me, it was being at a weight low enough to be able to, move as well as I possibly could, So
Hmm.
yeah, I think different players just have different things they gotta
Yeah.
adjust to. So yeah. Um so let's go back to, I guess, your family. Was there any challenges, I guess, being away from the family? You seem like you love spending time with your family as much as you possibly could. Mention your sister and stuff like that. Like, what was that
Hmm.
like being away from them for the first time?
I mean, they would do all my laundry. Yeah, almost every meal. So those are probably the two hardest things. But just
Yeah,
always having someone that I could talk to at home was it was difficult at first. But once you like open up with your teammates and more, and you realize they're going through the same things that you're in this together. So you kind of just
yeah,
stick together and you're all good.
no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, it's always good to have those close bonds with your teammates.
Hmm.
How often did you go home, and how often do you like still go home? Do you wait till breaks, or what's that like?
I don't really go home as much as I probably
Yeah,
should, being so
yeah,
close. But my parents come to almost every game they can.
no
So
doubt.
it's kind of like I'll go out to dinner with them and catch
Yeah,
up. So
that's what's up.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Me being so close, I freshman year, I went home way too much, bro. Like way too
Yeah.
much. It was almost like a crutch. I struggled. Like, I've opened up about this. I struggled mentally a lot. When it
Hmm.
came to basketball and stuff like that, and it was tough for me, man. Like, I wish I would have like known the different resources that I had available to
Hmm.
me at that time. I wish mental health was something that was talked about like it is today.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I didn't understand like why am I struggling so much? Why am I so up and down? Why am I so inconsistent? Why am I feeling this way? Home was like a comfort thing for me. So I always
Yeah.
went back to like feel that comfort, which I don't know if that was a good or bad thing. But eventually I didn't go home as much. Started hanging around with my teammates more. I started on the weekends, especially hanging around with my teammates more, and I felt the
Hmm.
camaraderie, like you said, like once you're super close
Yeah.
to your teammates, it starts
Almost
to
feels
feel a
like a
little
second
easier.
family,
Exactly,
you
exactly.
know?
So once I leaned into that more, I felt a lot better. I felt a little more consistent um, with my play, which is crazy. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, um,
But like a lot of my teammates, or some of them, like my roommate's from New York, and he barely gets to
yeah,
go home at all. So even if I ever have any problems, I can ask him how he deals with it, or
for
even
sure.
the Chicago teammates I have too. Like it's a lot
Okay.
harder for them than it is for me. So,
Definitely, man. Yeah, yeah. I had teammates from like Chicago, Ohio, and stuff
hmm.
like that. So what's it like the week of Christmas? Do you guys still have that break um through that week of Christmas?
Yeah, this year we had 8 days off, which was really nice.
Okay.
That was the biggest break I've had while I
Yeah.
was here. So I went
Yeah.
home, chilled at home, caught up with
Okay.
some friends, and then
Yeah.
just like that, we're back here.
Yeah. That's solid. Yeah. Um, cause my freshman year, I think my freshman and sophomore year, we didn't have
Hmm.
that. I think D2 the
Oh,
next year they said, all right,
put it in.
everybody has to take like 22nd through the 29th off or something like that.
Yeah,
But
that's what ours was, something like that.
yeah, yeah. So my freshman year, bro, we had a game on like the 27th or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, we had practice Christmas night, and again,
That's wild.
I'm telling you about like my mental health being up and down, and that like almost destroyed me. I couldn't even like enjoy Christmas because at the time,
Yeah.
bro, especially every Monday we had to run 33s, which is down and back three times in 33 seconds.
Yeah.
So we had to start with 6 at the very beginning of practice, and then we would get into early offense. Sometimes we would do like this drill called perfection, where it's just a lot of like 3-man weave, layups, all that stuff. Like we had to do all that after 6:33s, and we're exhausted. So it's like
Yeah, that
it was
sounds terrible.
it was grueling. So me and my brother, my brother was a senior at the time, and we are just sitting opening presents like we got to run 6:33s at 6 o'clock tonight. Like that was all we were
That's
thinking
funny.
about, bro. Like we couldn't enjoy Christmas dinner. We couldn't enjoy like the basketball games.
Yeah, it definitely
But
makes it a lot harder.
yeah, and like you said, like you have teammates from New York and Chicago and stuff. Like we were just down the street, so we had teammates that had to wake up
Exactly.
Christmas morning, open presents, and dip. Like they couldn't even
Yeah,
enjoy it like that. So
that would suck.
yeah, it's really a grind. But yeah, my junior year, once they implemented that week off, it was like, oh wow, yeah, we needed that. So
Yeah, it's
um
definitely feels more like a mental reset than anything. Not
for
having
sure.
school as well, just don't have to stress about anything for a week. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Um so if you had to give advice to, younger student athletes, maybe in high school, that are preparing to like move away to college and preparing to get into that adjustment phase as a freshman student athlete, what type of advice would you give them? Like, what do they have to do maybe right now to prepare?
I would probably say number one, just be cautious of how much freedom you actually have because,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, no one's stopping me from going to anywhere I want right now, and as long as I'm
Anywhere.
back for practice, So
Right.
that's the biggest thing. Especially my
Yeah.
parents were pretty strict when I was growing up. They let me do a lot of things, but I always had to be home,
Yeah.
stuff like that, checking in with them. So I would say
Mm-hmm.
freedom's number one. Number two is just part of growing up and realizing that your parents aren't always going to be there for you. So
Yeah.
you have to grow up and make your own decisions too.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, man, that you hit it right on the head, man. Like I had a lot of friends that I knew in high school that were like super sheltered, and they
Hmm.
couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't do
Yeah,
anything. And then once they got to college and they tasted that freedom, it was like,
hit some like
whoa,
a train.
yeah, bro. It was like, what got into you? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So yeah, it's definitely tough, and you got that freedom. In a lot of
Hmm.
cases, even like in class, like your classes, no one really will really know how well you're doing until maybe midterm. So you even got a couple
Yeah,
weeks
exactly.
if you're blowing off
Hmm.
class and stuff like that. So man, yeah, that's for real. That's for real. Um, so I love this question. Usually you hear like, what was your welcome to the NBA
Yeah.
moment? Like,
Mhm.
what was your welcome to college basketball moment, if you could remember?
I remember it was the first practice. I was just driving down the lane, and we
Mm-hmm.
had a big that year who was leading the conference in blocks.
Yeah.
And I tried to do like an inside hand scoop, and oh, he sent that shit. Uh, And our coach, he just pulled me to the side. He was like, "Did you really try to scoop layup him?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
Did not try that again.
Man. So what was your adjustment? I guess what was the way to get a shot off over him? The best way.
Uh, Probably just playing off 2 feet because, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, in high school, our coach stressed about that a lot just so
Yeah.
kids wouldn't turn over the ball. But I would
Right.
have freedom if I wanted to use like any finish I want if it was one foot. But
Right.
in
Right.
college, I mean, if you don't have a step on someone, I mean, if you do even, there's still a big there that's
Mm-hmm.
he was recruited there to block shots. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you just have to be more creative and play off 2 feet and use your pump fakes.
No doubt. No doubt, man. Yeah. Yeah. I was a 2 foot finisher too. A lot of benefits for that. Um,
Hmm.
so when did you? I guess that could be a good answer, but when did you realize that, or when else did you realize that college basketball, like this ain't high school, and this is totally different?
Uh, pro we had if you I don't know if you remember Walt Kelser. He
Sounds
played two
familiar.
years ago. He averaged
Okay,
like 20 points for a couple years, but I
okay,
mean, in practice in high school, there'd be times I would just slack off on defense and stuff like that. But
yeah,
our the way our practices are set up, there's like a first team and second team. We go against
hmm,
each other every day, and that was my matchup the whole year.
yeah,
So he
man.
was just giving me buckets after buckets.
I was
I
sure
was,
it made you better.
yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
did, but just realized I can't slack off on defense at all in college, you know.
bro.
And obviously not many players are as special as he was.
Right,
So it was nice to go
right.
against someone that good
Okay.
every day, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to put it, bro. Did you feel like when did you start to feel like you were like not figuring him out, but like improving and stringing together like maybe some stops and feeling like, oh, I'm making some progress.
I don't think ever. No, his bag is crazy. So
Yeah. Hey,
I
at least
remember it
you're
was like the
honest.
second game. Yeah, it was like the second game uh, that we had my freshman year. He dropped like 40 in like
Oh my
20 minutes of
gosh.
play. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like no one could guard him.
Dang, bro. At least you're being honest, man. At least
Yeah.
you're being honest. Um, was he like the toughest player you ever had to guard, or is there anybody else that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say he's the best player that I've probably played played with. I mean, Kobe was also really good, but it's different when you're in high school to
Right.
fifth year senior in college, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
So I
No
think he
doubt.
was for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of Kobe, man, I'm glad to see him back. You see him,
Yeah, he's been hooping,
yeah, putting up some numbers, man.
averaging like 30.
Crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad to see that, and sucked
Hmm.
to see him get hurt and be out for that long. But
Yeah,
yeah.
he'll get his
Yeah.
chance.
No doubt. No doubt. Um, shoot, man. Advice. Advice time again. For student athletes preparing for their freshman year, whether it's basketball or any sport. What can that person do right now to prepare themselves for college sports?
I would say, I mean, unless you're like huge already, I would say focus on getting in the weight room even more than basketball in
Yeah,
the summer when you're preparing because it's just a different level of strength and stuff like that. But if
it's
anyone's in the
crazy.
Grand Rapids area, also, I went to Alpha Sports Training.
Shout out Damon Dixon. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was really good for me to get me more athletic and put on
yeah,
weight as well. So
that's what's up.
if anyone's in the area, I suggest that.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I wish I could have done something like that. Especially with like agility and
Yeah,
explosiveness. You know what I
they do a
mean?
lot of that. So
Yeah, yeah. I definitely needed that. I do more of that right now than I did, way more. And I'm like, shout out to the Jabbar, my boy. I work out with him at Godwin Heights a couple days a week, and like, bro, we train like animals, bro. Like, you would think we're training for something.
for the league.
Yeah, right. It's like when people walk in, they're like, bro, what y'all doing? But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I love it though. So I wish I would have had that mindset, and that knowledge to
Hmm.
do that, 20 years ago. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Yeah. Um, but that's good advice, man. That's really good advice. And hopefully people that are watching and listening can take it to heart and run with it. So cool, man. That's good stuff, bro. I want to end with some quick hitters. I love these fun questions to kind
Hmm.
of end on a lighthearted note, but also get to know you a little more. So three athletes that you follow. It doesn't have to be basketball players. It can just be anybody.
I would say number one, poster right behind you, the GOAT, LeBron. It's my favorite player.
Ah.
So,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
and
What
then
what
probably
made you a fan of him? My bad. What made you a fan of Bron?
uh, I just always just watched him when I was young, and
Yeah.
my dad would be yelling at the screen when they played in the Pistons, and he was
Okay.
just giving them buckets. So I was like, wow, like that's just my favorite player ever since that.
Yeah, I
So,
love it. I love it.
mm,
All right, who else?
I like Jordan Poole as
Okay.
more of a young player coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone I also watched to kind of model my game around is like either Trey Young or Steph Curry,
Okay. Yeah, I
especially
see it.
Steph, how he just moves without the basketball and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I want to get on Jordan Poole in a second, but Steph Curry, the most important thing about him, or the most impressive, besides his shooting, of course, but his conditioning. Um,
Yeah, it's crazy.
how how often do you, I guess, pay attention to your conditioning, especially being a shooter?
We do. So we play really fast paced. Like we're always first in the conference in like shots attempted,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I feel like just practicing, we do a lot of live drills. That just kind of gets me in shape.
Okay.
But I mean, if I feel like out of shape, like I did a little bit before or after Christmas break, I
Yeah.
did some running on my own, stuff like that. But
Okay. Cool. What type of running do you do if you're on your own? Is it like long distance running? Is it like sprinting, long sprinting?
I'll do. It's I kind of just made my own drill. I've done this kind of since high school. I'll
Mm-hmm.
maybe be shooting with a teammate or something, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot three shots and just have a down and back after every three, just continuous.
Yeah. Oh, that's good,
So
man.
then you can get the
Shoot.
shooting motion too with running, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah. Learn to shoot when you're tired, bro. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Hmm.
really good. I want to go back to Jordan Poole, bro. Like, what's your take, man, on the whole Jordan Poole and Draymond situation? Do you think that the Warrior? Do you think the Warriors made a mistake trading
I
Jordan
think they
Poole?
did.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I feel like Draymond and is grown enough, and they're both grown men. They can handle that adversity. I mean, they won a championship. Like
Right.
if that doesn't open their eyes, I don't know what else will.
I don't either, man. Yeah.
So,
It's I don't know, man. They turn Jordan Poole, who could, basically the third splash brother, pool
mm,
party. Could give you 30, 40 sometimes.
mm,
Like I know Chris Paul is a legend and stuff, but like
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
I would
know.
have
Made
got
him.
rid of Clay Thompson instead. That's
Oh,
just me
okay.
though.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he's just getting old. The injuries affecting him. I can see.
yeah, bro. He's super inconsistent. Like I was texting my
Mm,
boys the other day, or like 2 weeks ago, when the Warriors were on like a 5-game winning streak, and my boy was
mm,
like, Josh, he was like, "Are the Warriors better without Draymond?" I'm like, I don't know. Like the reason why they won 5 in a row is because Clay's had 25 plus 5 games in a
yeah.
row.
And I feel like
But
you just can't do that every game
n-
anymore.
no, this past week I think he's had all games under 10 points. So
Yeah.
it's just like up and down, bro, up and down. So all right, bro. Second question: what artists are on your pregame list?
Uh, I like my favorite artist is probably Travis Scott or Drake, but I like
Okay.
listening to Young Boy,
Yeah.
Rilo Rodriguez before games, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay. Are you Do you ever like mix it up, or is it mostly like hype music to get you going? Do you slow it down sometimes?
Yeah, I would say just kind of all hype music,
Yeah. Okay.
especially before games. But in the
Yeah.
summertime, I listen to a little bit of country music as well.
Okay. Okay.
So not
Solid,
just one
man.
dimensional.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Um, one movie or a TV show that you recommend somebody or the people to check out.
I just saw the movie Iron Claw
Okay.
with Zac
I heard of it.
Efron. It's a
Yeah. Yeah.
wrestling movie about like the Von Erichs or something. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect it to be sad at all, but I almost left out the theaters just like almost crying. Like it was super good. So
Dang. Yeah,
yeah, that was
yeah.
the most recent movie I've watched, I would say.
Okay.
So
That's what's up, man. Bro, I was never a crier until having my daughters, man. Something they did something to me where I can just cry now, man, which is it's
it
crazy. So
happens.
yeah, that movie might be dangerous for me. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, bro. Last question though. Who's somebody that you would recommend be on the show
Ooh, that's a
that we
good
could
question.
realistically get?
I would say I would say get my boy Trini on here.
Okay, Trinidad. All right,
Sure he would.
cool.
I'm sure he would love that, and you can get the sides of his stories from the football team. Obviously,
No
they
doubt.
won back-to-back natties, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our Laker boys put them out though, but
yeah. Not next year. Not next year.
yeah, yeah. Um, but no, yeah, Trinidad, man, holler at me. I'll reach out to you, but I would love to have him on the show, no doubt.
Hmm.
But cool, man, cool. Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully you'll get a couple more of those 11 point or 11 3-point games.
Yeah, I'll be trying.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm sure you're like at the top of the scouting report now. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you having
If
me.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. If you're still watching, if you're still listening, please hit that subscribe button and share our episode out. Support Ethan. And make sure you follow him at Ferris State as they are on a quest to. Where are you at in the GLIAC right now?
We're like third in the league, but we've only played 2 games, so
2 games, okay. Yeah, I should have did my
yeah, we're
research.
ranked 15th in the country though right now. So
That's what's up. That's
getting
what's
up
up.
there.
So your quest to get a GLIAC title and
Hmm.
and more. So, um, good luck the rest of the way, bro. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, I'll be looking out for you, bro.
For sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, deuces.